Yake Lake is the only suspended lake in Nigeria and Africa as a whole.
Another wonder of nature is the Ohum Cave waterfall.
Flows one of Nigeria's most extraordinary natural wonders, the Kogosi Warm Spring.
Ikoramasi is home to the iconic Amalgamation House, where Lord Lugard signed the documents creating modern-day Nigeria in 1914.
Nigeria boasts quite a number of hidden gems, many of them largely unexplored. We just unveiled quite a number, and because of our show today, we shall be exploring them together.
Yes, Thelma, stay with us as we enjoy some of our beautiful waterfalls, hills that stretch into the horizon, and of course, our amazing ancient monuments.
Indeed, from north to south and from east to west, Nigeria, a great country, is layered and rich.
You no longer need to travel in search of wonders. The magic happens and lives just a few kilometers away. I am Patience Eloy Abba, and this is your favorite weekend show, Weekend Deal, and we're streaming on all our social media handles at NTA Network.
Indeed, let us continue to highlight and unveil and celebrate Nigeria's hidden gems and those that have been explored already. My name is Thelma Obaze, and Weekend Deal, your effervescent breakfast television show, is live on the network service of the Nigerian Television Authority.
The spirit of love will never go away. The spirit of love will always be the same. Say, mama, 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 yo. Mama, 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 yo. Lord, I try to make it, I can make it. Well, I try to fix it, I can fix it. There I know, my pain will see me through. Yes, I know, my pain will see me through. Yes, man. Silver and gold will pass away. Crude oil will pass away. All the mineral resources will pass away. But the spirit of Nigeria will never go away. The spirit of NTA will always be the same. Say, mama, 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 yo. Mama, 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 yo. All right. Now listen. One day everything will pass away. All the rich men will pass away. Beautiful women will pass away. All the poor men also will pass away. Right. But the spirit of love will never go away. The spirit of love will always be the same. Say, mama, say, mama, 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 yo. Mama, 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 yo. Lord, I try to make it, I can make it. Lord, I try to fix it, I can fix it. But I know my faith will see me through. Yes, I know my faith will see me through. NTA, oh yeah. Mama, 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 yo. Chelma, are you there? Mama, 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 yo. Patience, are you there? Mama, 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 yo. Julieta. Mama, 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 yo. Dauda. Saying thank you to NTA. We're done. All right. Spirit of love will never go away. The spirit of Nigeria will always be the same. The spirit of love will never go away. Nigeria! The spirit of love will always be the same. Mama, 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 yo. Mama, 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 yo. Thank you. Mama, 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 yo. Mama, 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 yo.
Awaye,
Hey, that one was.
a suspended lake in Ondo State.
Thank you so much, King Fajinu. Everything will pass away. Even that your plenty money can pass away. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, King Fajilo. If you're just joining us, it is your favorite weekend deal where stories inspire and ideas transform. Today, our focus is on our rare gems in Nigeria. We all know that our beautiful country is blessed with so many amazing destinations that remain underexplored. Today, we are shining our light on these destinations. And to start our conversation, to lead actually our conversation, is NTA Ibadan as we shine the light on Iyake Suspended Lake. Ibadan, do your thing.
So we are about to climb 369 stairs. So after the stairs, we'll be walking on the surface till we get to Iyake Suspended Lake.
There are beautiful sceneries and wonders of nature around the world. One of such is the suspended Iyake Lake, located in southwest Nigeria, specifically in Ado Awaye, Oyo State. Indeed, Iyake Lake is the only suspended lake in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. As a matter of fact, there are 2 suspended lakes in the entire world. The other one is the Hanging Lake in Colorado, United States of America. Iyake Lake is a natural wonder situated on a hilltop. It is also very deep and shrouded in mystery.
Some people do ask that, I'm very good at swimming. Can I jump inside this lake? We do tell them, no, you can't do that. This is lake. It's not flowing like a river. So there is no way you will jump inside the lake and you will survive. No way. That's why we don't allow anybody to do that. So for some decades ago, 60 to 70 years ago, 2 white people, they came to this mountain. They wanted to discover the depth of the lake. But unfortunately for both of them, they drowned and their body is still inside it today. So that's why we don't allow anybody to jump inside Iyake suspended lake.
The name Iyake can be traced to a barren woman who migrated to Aduawaye from Sangota, Ogun State, because of the mockery she faced.
So that woman was so sad, that woman was so devastated. So that woman came to this mountain, climbed, cried before she jumped inside the lake. So that is where the lake got its name, Iyake Woman's Cry. And the woman did not come outside it today because the lake is endless lake. That lake is bottomless lake.
The uniqueness of Iyake Lake makes it a tourist attraction. Many people visit the lake not only for tourism and relaxation, but also for spiritual rejuvenation and healing.
Iyake suspended lake in particular is spiritual. The lake, the water, is a healing water. It's a fertility center where people come and when they pray, they have children. Not only children, it's also a medicinal water that cures diverse diseases. Most of our locals who are into local agbo in the cities, Lagos, Bada, they don't come home to fetch the water to use as the base for their agbo. So it's spiritual in nature.
When a child runs temperature, when we quickly rush down to fetch the water and give him to drink, he receives his healing. If a woman experiencing overdue pregnancy, if she has belief and she drinks the water, she delivers without stress. I personally have strong belief that the water is miraculous.
Iyake Lake has a huge potential to attract foreign tourists and boost Nigeria's economic growth. There is therefore a need for relevant authorities to pay more attention to the lake.
In a place like Gambia, for instance, you go into other African countries, it's a major business. Tourism is a major business, you know. And I think that, particularly for the authority around this facility, you want to maybe get a grant or something just to make sure that this place becomes very befitting, to attract people all over the world. If you go to Colorado, for instance, you find people all over the world, coming into that space. Go to countries like Gambia, you find people all over the world, whites all over the world, making big money from tourism there, right? So yes, I think that is something that should really, really be considered, should really, really be looked into.
Iyake Lake is certainly one of Nigeria's hidden treasure, which deserves recognition and promotion.
That was quite nice, wasn't it? The beauty of being a part of our show today is that even from your living rooms or your bedrooms or where you're sitting with your friends and family, you can just traverse Nigeria and explore the beauty that you may not have seen physically. Earlier on, we talked about hidden gems, and we continue to unveil quite a number of them. Guess where we're touching down next? It is in Enugu. There's talk about waterfalls, monasteries, and pine forest. Enugu, is that it? Please share.
Sandwiched in between Amachala and Okakango in Enugu State is the towering Ngo pine forest of more than 70 to 80 years. The pine trees were originally planted to protect the community from erosion due to the hilly and rocky nature of Ngo.
The Federal Ministry of Forestry came here with the intervention on erosion. We had serious problem with erosion that period. So, like you know, Ngo is all about gully everywhere. So, erosion menace was the problem we're facing then. So, the federal government came to our aid to help us. So, they started planting whistling pines, melina, tiger trees, a lot of them, several different brands of trees.
The palm crest in Ngo. I want to let you know that God has blessed our people. These areas are God-given natural environments that are attractive, pull people, as a result of which a lot of interest is vested in coming to look at just the wonders of nature.
A walk under the towering canopy of the pine forest creates peace, serenity, and provides an alluring scenario.
Alpha, do you want to take the car?
We are meant to see.
Here is always busy every time. So people do come here for picnics, party, prayers. It's very quiet.
I always come here. First time I came here, I came with my friends for picnic. Since then, I love this place, and I've been coming here since then to read my books.
The governor decided to turn here into a tourist center. So he said he's going to build a zip line first in eastern region here. They'll be taking people from here down to waterfall down there. There's a waterfall down there. So they will build a kind of relaxation centers, and they will build service apartments. A good number of them will be here. So people can come with their family, where you can stay with your family, cook, do some other things, stay around, enjoy the natural environment that you can see. Then you go down to the waterfall and several other activities.
Another wonder of nature is the Ohum Cave, waterfall, and monastery at Ohum, Udi local government area of Enugu State, that is believed to have healing powers.
If they tell you that waterfall comes with miracles, comes with all kinds of healing powers and that, don't doubt it. Because the nature itself, created by God, is full of healing powers. The leaves, the herbs, the beautiful environment. Drinking the water from the springs, which you call Obanokute Iriboland. Those springs are the things that they studied, because our elders at home were staying over 110 years, 120, for drinking that water from the spring.
The name captures the two extremes of the wonderful place, the high rushing sound of the waterfall and the quiet serenity of the monks and the monastery.
The government is already doing wonderfully well in terms of tourism development, but we want them to continue and be able to explain these things. Let me then say that the governor should also map out periods in the year when we do our own local tourism. You need to do local tourism, national tourism, and then international tourism.
With all these nature's gift to Enugu State and the state government's commitment to tourism, in no time, Enugu will become the tourist hub of Nigeria.
That was amazing and pleasant to watch. Thank you so much, NTA Enugu. Come closer. Today, we're uncovering Nigeria's best kept secrets. And to help us uncover these amazing secrets, our guest, and the first one is here. So it is with great pleasure that I welcome to the NTA Weekend in Studio the National President of Nigerian Tourism Professionals. He is Chief Abiodun Odusanwo. Let's see his profile.
Hello, Chief.
Good morning to you. Good morning.
Great to have you on the show.
Good morning.
As always.
Yes, thank you.
You are a familiar face
Certainly,
and
yes.
a great friend of the Weekend Deal team.
Yeah.
It's great to warmly welcome you again this
Thank
year.
you.
So it's Happy New Year, Happy New Month,
Yes.
and great Nigeria gist, Abi.
Certainly, yes.
Okay, in the course of the show, we visited Ibadan and just recently Enugu. And these are areas where I know in the course of your very interesting and exciting profession you have visited. When we're talking about that Nigeria's gems spark up conversations, experiences, a lot of joy, we now come upon the term hidden. Hidden tends to look in the direction of largely unexplored. How come that term is sitting comfortably, on the front burner today? Hidden? Our gems hidden? If they are, why?
Yes, they are hidden because they are not known to so many people. Hidden in that they need to be preserved as well, because if they are made to be readily available and exposed, they might get destroyed. They need to be preserved to be enjoyed. Even in terms of retaining the originality of those treasures, because many of them really, they've been there for ages, for generations. They've been there, they need to be preserved. They need to more or less be sure that that history of their existence need to actually be preserved. Now, they are hidden, but then there should be options and ways on which they need to be known to the populace, because they are there, because they are meant to be tourism treasures. There are things that people need to patronize, that people need to actually made to be seen, be viewed, and then be appreciated. So those are just the basic things, really.
Thank you very much. Hidden, they say our gems are hidden, they are underexplored, and the big question remains, why travel so many thousands of kilometers away from home when what you're looking for is around the corner? Everywhere you turn in Nigeria is a wonder to behold. Like we say in Nigeria, what do they look for Sokoto? They inside their Sokoto. We go on a break. When we come back, we uncover more hidden gems. Don't go away.
All right, everybody. Are you ready? Mother Africa, show your children the way. Temple Island. Proud to show the direction. Mother Africa, show your children the way. Lie. Proud to show the direction. Okay. Oh, some have seen the light shining on some people. Ooh, some have seen the way, but some don't know the way, Mama. Oh, Mama Africa, your children are hungry. Your children are hungry, hungry in silence. Your children are dying in silence. Mother Africa, show your children the way. Lie. Try to show the direction. Mother Africa, show your children the way. Lie. Try to show the direction. I said, Save the soul, save the soul. Mama, shine the light on Nigeria. Mama, show the way, 'cause nobody know the way, Mama. Oh, Africa. Let's go to our tourism site. Tourism is the topical. Let's go to Zuma Rock, Ikogosi. Let's go to Yankari. Let's go to Bunike Hills, Bunike Cave somewhere. Tourism, tourism, tourism. Tourism with NTA. I don't tire, oh. I go bend down low, bend down low, bend down low, bend down low. Producer, producer, producer. Everybody bend down low. So muche, make we go walk along. Ooh,
Many thanks, King Fajilo himself. We celebrate you, biggest man. You know, I never forget what he shared with us here. Music just conveys uncommon message and rhythm and rhyme, even synchronicities. Without even saying Nigeria is blessed, you know, and culturally celebrated, that rendition has just delivered that so succinctly. Thank you so much, King Faj. You're watching Weekend Deal. It's all about our jams that is sparking vibrations, experiences, and conversations. You met our first guest. Our second guest is here. He reminded us as he walked in that NTA is his home. He's been with us for ages, especially as the face of legends of our time. I talk about the one and only Dr. Ola Awakon. He's the Director General of the Nigeria Tourism Development Authority, NETDA.
You're welcome to Weekend Deal.
Thank you so much.
It's so good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Okay, let's get right into the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we all know that Nigeria is blessed with so many amazing destinations. Why do you think, in your experience, that these destinations are underexplored? Why?
Okay, let me start by thanking you for having me. Nigeria is, anytime I have opportunity to say it, I say Nigeria is a macrocosm of stories. We are blessed with you know, innumerable tourism potential, and it has become a cliche because I got appointed thanks to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR in September. I got into office, and between that time and now, I've realized that a whole lot needs to be put in place for us to tap into the great potential that we have in Nigeria's tourism sector. I was in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, and I know what I saw in Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a land where with nothing, they're able to create something. And that's something they've created from nothing has given them, you know, a whole lot, has introduced them to the world and has made them what they are today. And for those of us in this part of the, you know, continent like Nigeria that has so many abundant resources, I think what we lack, number one, is intentionality. I wouldn't say that there has not been effort There's been effort from individuals, there's been effort from people, but this effort has been in staccato, in isolation. We need to work together. That's one of the things I realized. By the time we show intentionality, we show, it's not that we don't know, Nigeria tourism potential is this, is that. It's a cliche. We've been saying this forever. But when are we going to take up the challenge? When are we going to take up the mantle of leadership to say we want to concentrate on, tourism to develop the economy of this country? President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is showing interest in it, and his diversification agenda is something that is going to take tourism out of it. So that's why when I came into the office, I said, look, the number one thing we need to address is to bring everybody together. Synergy is key. Tourism is private sector driven. I say this all the time, and that's why I'm working closely with EFTAN. That's the Federation of Tourism Associations of Nigeria, because I'm just a government appointee. I'm a public servant, and I'm going to spend a few, I have a period of time to spend in office. But whatever initiative that I have, if it's been driven with the private sector, the private sector, it is their business. If they have a good chunk of involvement in these initiatives, they are going to ensure that they drive it, because that's where they make their money from. But for me, after my 4 years, probably I get extension, I stay 8 years, I'm going to leave the office. When I leave the office and the initiatives are being driven by the private sector, then there is sustainability. That's why I say it is private sector driven. There's something else that I have seen is that tourism requires a whole lot of funding. That's the intentionality I talked about. So we need to fund tourism to be able to get the results that we want from tourism. The value chain of tourism is massive. What are we saying? If you talk about festivals, when you hold a festival, I was at your festival in Lagos, I was at Argungu Fishing Festival. Do you know the number of people, that converge on those, communities during those festivals? All the hospitality, all the hotels get booked, transportation, they enjoy from that. You talk about the businesses, people go there, they buy things. You talk about, so name it, the value chain is just so massive. And when you develop tourism, you develop a community. When you develop a tourist destination, you develop a community, and the ripple effect comes down to the gross domestic product of the country. And the communities get developed. So part of the things we're doing, which I said earlier on, we've tried to bring everybody together so that all the individual efforts you've been having, when we bring them together, it's going to have, productive results, genuine productive results for the country. So we're doing that. We're working with the private sector. We are bringing on board investors, because public-private partnership is key. That's what has taken Ikogosi, for instance. I will make instance of Ikogosi to what it is today. If there's any festival or any season, 3, 4, 5 months to that season, Ikogosi is booked already. And that's one thing that I saw. That's a place that I saw close to what I saw in Riyadh when I traveled to Saudi Arabia. So that one is there. And also storytelling. Like I mentioned, that Nigeria is a microcosm of stories. One of the things I want to do is to use storytelling, to develop tourism. For me, I'm a storyteller. I'm a playwright. I'm an actor. I'm a dancer, I'm a choreographer, I'm a director,
You're a thespian,
I'm
right?
a poet, then I am a journalist.
Yeah,
so
nice.
I call myself a journal-thespian.
A journal-thespian, that's a new one. I think I should call myself that because I'm a thespian.
Nice.
So here we go, we are journal-thespians. Don't joke with me, patience the journal-thespian.
Okay, we want to further enrich our conversation. Director General, sir, you come fully flavored. You've traversed the nation in this first slot of your conversation.
Thank
Of
you.
course, Nigerians are excited. But most importantly, you've talked about GDP, and this has been an ongoing conversation about our monuments, our gems, our culture, our conversation. So we are on the right track, I do say so. And I know there's good news, more good news you are breaking for us in the course of the show. Earlier on, before you came, we went to Ibadan. We went to Enugu, it was talk about waterfalls, monasteries, and pine forests. Now we're going to Ikotabasi in Akwa Ibom State. There's talk about the amalgamation house. Okay, the storytellers are here now. Let us tell the story of this one we're going to see. Someone says that this amalgamation house, it looks as though since that 1914, when it became custom, from that time till now, not many. Is it storyteller thespian? Is it thespian mentor? Okay, Jonah thespians have not been visiting, but this visual will tell us more, and then we'll come back and hear what our guests have to say. Please take us to Akwa Ibom.
The heart of Akwa Ibom State lies a hidden gem awaiting discovery. Ikorabasi, a coastal town with rich history, waterfronts, and colonial-era charm. Ikorabasi is home to the iconic Amalgamation House, where Lord Lugard signed the documents creating modern-day Nigeria in 1914.
Amalgamation House is quite significant in the life and history of Nigeria as a nation. That was where the Treaty of Nigeria was signed by Lord Lugard in 1914.
The House also hosted the ceasefire agreement between General Olusegun Obasanjo and General Philip Effiong, which brought the Nigerian Civil War to an end on January 15, 1970. Some of the ancient colonial gadgets are still intact. A pivotal movement in Nigeria's struggle for independence brought about the 1929 Women's Riot, which was caused by the British colonial policies, particularly taxation of women. A mock grave is situated at the spot where the women were killed. Also seen there is a sculpture made in honor of the leader of the protests, Madam Adiara Edem, mother of the late legal luminary Sir Egbert Udodoma, former Chief Justice of Uganda, who wrestled and seized a gun from a colonial policeman and broke it into two. The Women's War Memorial protest involved women demonstrating against colonial authorities, highlighting their resistance and contributions to Nigeria's independence movement.
The action originated from Opobo, and the women of Opobo laid down their lives for the emancipation of womanhood and the liberation of common citizens, the ordinary citizens, from the hands of their colonial masters.
Where I'm sitting down here is called Lord Frederick Day Lugard Personal Office. And we still have some of his gadgets left. His microphone, some of the money that was used by Lord Lugard, the alarm cash box, a safe that we have not opened up till now. Then we also have Lord Lugard House, where Lord Lugard lived with Flora Shaw. We have the mock graveside. The mock graveside is where the women were killed, where the women went to demonstrate for overtaxation. So they went half naked with sticks, weapons, and their breasts open. So the white men look at it as threat, saying their mistake, and they opened fire on them. Some of them jumped into the river and some were killed. A bridge of no return. Once you step on that bridge, no coming back. The slave warehouse, where slaves were kept, marks. Then we also have the iron that was used to mark the slaves. How they do it? They will put a charcoal here. Then put fire. When it is really very hot, they'll bring it out. Just to keep the slaves marked. Like my name is Rila, mine is going to be a C. If yours is Paul, yours is going to be a P. Just you identify your slaves. The chain here was connected to the scale where they used to weigh the slaves. The slaves were weighed like chicken. Some weigh mirror, some weigh dry gin, and some weigh comb. It was parents that were selling their stubborn children. Then the slave who was in charge of this slave trade, King Jaja of Upubu, and this was Upubu before. The name was changed when they created the Bible State from Cross River State. So they now changed it to Ikorabasi. But all this area was Upubu, where slave trade business was going on.
Enslaved Africans were reportedly held in a structure near the bridge before being taken away. This site is now a poignant reminder of the past, symbolizing the struggles and suffering of those who were forcibly enslaved. The Bridge of No Return is another historic site associated in transatlantic slave trade, where slaves, having been weighed and marked with hot mallet for identification purposes, are taken away, never to return.
Sometimes if I go there, my spirit is very down because of what used to happen there. There's 6 bunkers there, small bunkers that they used to store over 50 people in bunkers. It was quite bad.
These slaves were transported to the western parts of the world by boats, which were fabricated and assembled by the British in the boat yard situated at Ikwaibekwe community in Ikorobasi. The German bridge in Ikorobasi, Akwa Ibom State, is a historic landmark built in the colonial era. The bridge offers scenic views and it is a testament to the town's history. Otewa Beach is a vibrant coastal area known for scenic views and crayfish markets. The beach has been a significant spot for local fishing communities and trade, particularly for crayfish, which is a staple in the region. Its history is tied to the local Efik and Ibibio cultures of the era, serving as a hub for traditional fishing and commerce. With the untouched beauty, rich history, and warm hospitality, come and experience the charm of Ikorobasi.
That's one place I like to call Ikorabase. The name just gives a vibe to it. There's a vibe. Ikorabase. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Okay, we'll continue our conversation. I'll come to you, Chief. You know, most of our locations in Nigeria are enshrined in a lot of spirituality. Now, how do we balance commercialization with keeping the authenticity of what they really are? So we don't water down what they are. How do we do that balance?
See, one needs to maintain a very fine balance.
Okay.
Because what made those events, things were there, is the cultural relevance.
Yes.
And anywhere you go, if you let the cultural relevance goes away, they have lost its value.
Okay.
Also, you have to ensure, you see, some people, because of religion and so on, they tend to say, well, I don't want to go into that. That's a fine balance there. You have to ensure that what makes that particular event, location to be what it is got to do with culture. You're going to have to maintain that. If not, it will lose its value. Now, if you look into so many countries of the world, they have their culture. They have the monarchy, we have traditions. And in Nigeria, really, there are so many things that are traditional in nature. You have to ensure that, having done so, you have to ensure that you're not bringing in to modernity. And this can be done by more or less writing stories about it. Let people know about them. Also ensuring, from nowadays, there are many ways of actually projecting many things. We have the digital way of doing it. We have the PPPP. I mean, like, I think about a few days ago, they launched the, that thing that was launched,
My City app.
My City app. It's an app that actually connotes most of things that are available in Nigeria.
Okay.
But therefore, it can also have all those things preserving their cultural relevance, the authenticity of those particular events. For example, the idea in Lagos, your retain is what it is an Ayo. By the time you try to now dilute the cultural relevance of those activities, they just lost its value. So what you therefore do is to ensure you have proper stories about them, you communicate about them. You actually do, part of what you need to do is just joint activities, partnership, PPPP, whereby you collaborate with private sectors to actually make sure that those things are visited. Tourism is a multi-travel industry. Say, for example, if you are going to a place, those who are organizing the travels is doing it by transporters. We now move other sectors, travel agency, tour operations, they are all different value within the value chain. They are essential. Therefore, in tourism, there need to be relevant connectivities within the stakeholders. And for this to actually retain its originality, they must allow those people who are core to it to maintain their own part. Then others now contribute their one to actually show it is understood and well marketed. Really.
Okay.
The talk has been ongoing. I know because we have been conversing with you for years. And Nigerians often say, let's talk, action. Show us action. When and how is all this conversation going to translate into movement and positive impact, not just on the Nigerians, but on our GDP? Good thing the DG opened up that conversation earlier. But in continuation, you know, earlier when we went to Kotabasi, I thought we were going to see the amalgamation house because we've heard about its condition. And while we were there, you also said that you are fast forwarding that process and you have open conversations about it. Can you share where we are now?
Okay, thank you for that question. Few days back, I received quite a number of people sent me that video. I know the video you're talking about. That a content creator visited the place and did a video and all that. So when I received it, I got so sad that since 1914, we still have this here. And this is something that should have brought fortune to us as a nation, because it's actually a national, something of national pride to Nigeria. And it's something that will even interest the British government, something that will interest them to come around and see, because of the, historic connection between us and them. So, and immediately, in fact, the day I got it, the following day, I wrote straight to the governor. I wrote to the governor, I wrote to the commissioner, and I said, we're coming on a visit. In fact, I already fixed the dates that I wanted to go for the visit, but because of the, I think they have some engagements in the States, so they're busy. They wanted to actually give me a good reception, and they said this time would not be a good time, that they are going to give us, a later date, which may possibly be this week that we are, entering into. And before doing that, I've already spoken with some, some investors, some people that I know will be interested in putting in some funds to transform that place, to give it the relevance that it ought to have, so that it can contribute to the economy of the community, to the economy of the state, and generally to Nigeria's economy. So this is just one out of many that requires development. And I say that it's public-private partnership that we need to make these things work. I know that the government would say there's no money, there's this, there's that. Yes, private sector itself is, what the government needs to do is to provide the enabling environment, the policy, regulation, and all that, which is what we're doing. As far as Nigerian Tourism Development Authority is concerned, what we do is to regulate, the tourism sector. What we do is to market Nigeria. What we do is to promote and develop our tourism potential. So those are our core values. And we want to do that by using different avenues. One of the avenues which I have identified is storytelling. If we tell the story of the stories that we have in Nigeria, like I said, is a microcosm of stories. If we are to tell these unique stories on a daily basis for 365 days, we will not repeat a story. That's how unique we are. Yeah. And even 365 days is even too small to talk about the stories of Nigeria. If you go to Osun State, in Ile-Ife, in Osun State, they celebrate festivals on a daily basis for 365 days. Only one day is excluded from having a festival, and it's only the Ooni of Ife that knows that day. So already, the only MOU I've signed since I got into office is with Ojaja Pan-Africa Limited, which is owned by the Ooni of Ife. And we're going to be doing a whole lot together. Part of what we want to do is to go to infrastructure development in the tourism sector. We want to see how we can come up with international tourism city, because MICE is what we need, so that we can bring in the world to Nigeria. Already we are looking at, I was in Ghana in December at the Creative Connect Africa, and we got talking with the organizers. I saw how enthusiastic, other African countries are about Nigeria. 2 days ago, I was with the former DG of Ugandan Tourism Board, and that was the first time she'll be coming to Nigeria, and she told me wonderful things about this country, that she wants to come again. That when she came up with that idea of coming to Nigeria, that her family got scared, her children got scared, that you want to go and get killed? Are you going on a suicide mission? And she said so far it's been a brilliant experience for her. In fact, she said she was in Port Harcourt, and where she was staying, she saw a journalist from, I think from UK or the US. The journalist came around, and so she got into a conversation with the journalist, and that, why are you here? What do you want to do? You want to cover the terms? The journalist said he came to a war zone, that he came to cover war. He said she now asked the journalist, which war? War where? In Nigeria? Where have you seen war so far? So he said she was not happy with that kind of, and that is it. The impression that Nigeria is not safe, Nigeria is not safe, Nigeria is safe. People out there believe that you can't walk freely on the street. I was in Katsina State. I got to a place that is just 20 to 30 minutes to Nigerian Republic. I was looking at Nigerian Republic in front like this, and I didn't go with many. It was a safe place for me. I was in Kebbi State during the Argungu Fishing Festival. After the festival, the Emir of Argungu took myself and the minister and the special and the prime what is it called in the ministry, took us on a tour, and we visited a whole lot of places. He It was a safe place for us. We went around and there was no problem. Yes, we cannot, run away from the fact that there is insecurity, but the percentage of that is just minute compared to the enormity of the potential that we carry in Nigeria.
So the task is for us.
Yes, to
the
continue to market
for you
the
and
nation.
you and you and us.
And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. To say the positives. The positives is what we push out there and we attract a whole lot of investors.
We continue to pray that insecurity becomes a thing of the past.
But the
truth of the matter is that for people who have been affected, it's not small.
It's not
and
small.
We cannot
it's
be.
not small.
We cannot downplay.
Yes, we cannot. No,
we
we're
cannot.
not downplaying because the federal government is
yes.
actually working on it, and they are doing a whole lot. Just like I said, I don't like going into security issues, but it's not my mandate. The mandate of NTDA is to market Nigeria. Is to look at these, gems that we have, to market it. And as we're doing that, we're praying. We're praying, and the Mr. President is also doing his best, and the security chiefs are doing their best, and we're praying that may this be a thing of the past for us in Nigeria. And by the grace of God, it will be a thing of the past.
By the special grace of God, so we can enjoy Nigeria the way we used to enjoy Nigeria without fear of moving around. Anyway, NTA Kaduna is standing by to... NTA Zaria is actually standing by to contribute to this amazing conversation. They can't wait to show us what they got. Let's see it.
In the heart of Zaria stands a structure that defies the conventional logic of modern architecture. Built in 1929 by the Church Missionary Society, St. Bartholomew's Anglican Church Wusasa is not just a house of worship, it is a masterpiece of traditional Hausa architecture, crafted entirely from sun-dried mud bricks known as tubali in Hausa and reinforced with the resilient palm timbers known as azara in Hausa. It remains the oldest church building in northern Nigeria. Usasa was a center for early Nigerian Christians. It has produced some of Nigeria's most prominent figures in medicine, the military, and diplomacy, including the former head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, making the site a cradle of the northern intelligentsia. Survival of the building for nearly a century is connected to the 600mm thick mud walls of the building, which provides a natural air conditioning system, keeping the interior cool even when the Zaria sun is at the peak, and the use of the African palm timber provides a skeleton that is naturally resistant to termites and decay. Beyond the materials, the building stands because of a living heritage, a community that refuses to let its history crumble.
The present King of England, he was visited here in 1968 during the Nigerian Civil War. The then head of state actually got married here in these premises.
But survival has come at a cost to its aesthetic soul. To combat leaking, the original roofing was replaced in 2003 with zinc sheets. This move sparked a firestorm among conservationists who deeply mourn the removal of the zankai that have been erected at each corner of the building as decoration. Like the Great Mosque of Njenni in Mali, Usasa could be a global pilgrimage site, especially for students of architecture and history. Whether you come for the history, the prayer, or the breathtaking architecture, Usasa is waiting.
Nigeria boasts a remarkable amount of interesting, exciting places, monuments, waterfalls, hills in the nooks and crannies of this great country, Nigeria. So we've talked about how other countries have platformed their economy on tourism alone, and they are reveling in it. Nigeria boasts a lot of economic potentials. Tourism is just one. But in spite of that, you know, like I was saying earlier, you know, we've been talking, brilliant, amazing decisions and plans have been taken. Even some policies have followed up. But we seem not to have been able to dot all our T's and our I's. But let me ask you, Chief Ogusonwo, our cuisine, you know, Gigi talked about storytelling. Our cuisine is just another matter on its own. Now we've added hidden gems. Then we have storytellers who are bound. We have thespians who are there. And we know we cannot continue to tell our story in the old way. There's so much at our disposal now. What plans, you know, are you and others of your ilk making to rewrite, to redirect, to build, to interest the world again and again about the amazingness of Nigeria?
Thank you very much, Thelma. There are so many options available now, so many tools, so many apps. People actually, they are content creators, they create content. Then these content are being created and then promoted live via the internet and social handles, what have you. These are part of what we need to do. There's also need to be a more or less collaboration between different members of the value chain. Also, as DG said, tourism is just like the orchestra. This music playing. The government is the one that directing it.
The conductor.
The conductor.
Who conducts
That's
the
right. That's what the
orchestra.
government does. And then we are the orchestra. So therefore, what we need to ensure therefore is we have these marketing tools to actually promote tourism. We need all those things to ensure that all those value chain, collaboration among those in the value chain, including government.
But what ideas are you thinking about? You went to content creators. You heard what the DG said. He just was in his office and he just saw that content creator just helped us to do some work. Yes. Are you planning? Are there ideas? How are you going to follow up? Because you say government is the conductor. What is your own role?
We, within the private sector, we are the one to actually do the business. You do the business, we have to ensure we invest.
Just to bring money.
To invest, you invest to generate businesses and stimulate the economy. Also, private sector, we are to ensure that all those areas whereby activities are required, for example,
are you?
Yes,
is that a plan or
it's ongoing.
Been actualized now?
It's been actualized, yes.
Oh, good one.
Because you see, we have people actually tour operators. Tour operators organize the tours, link up with the value chain, those who are arranging.
But who are they organizing tours for? Is the impact being felt in our GDP thus far?
Yes, it has actually improved, really. It has improved.
That's good news.
It has improved. There are now more collaboration within, for example, the airline, they have the airline, whereas the travel agencies they actually sell the ticket. Okay. Then those going to the airport, whatever, they have to now live with coach organizers, bus organizers to take them there. So therefore, this connectivity within the tourism value chain is what we, the private sector, we actually.
Do you envisage something like at the airport, even when some people, you will steal the traffic? Someone is going to Benin, for example, and the Kebbi Fishing Festival, the Agungu Festival is being held. Do you have your tour operators there with some visual storytelling that can make impact? You can even steal traffic. Those going to Benin, come and enter this plane and go to Kebbi.
Just like that?
Yes, now let me see. You will try.
Yeah, it could be organized, really. It could be organized, really. And so it's called a packaging.
Yeah, okay.
You see, tour packaging, like packaging, you package the whole thing so that every aspect of that particular journey is actually being covered by specialist operators within the airline. For example, tour operators, they don't own hotels. Travel agencies, they don't own airlines. But then they actually market this on behalf of the airline. It's this packaging, connectivity between all those people in the value chain that make things to happen.
Okay. Okay, so while Thelma is having this brilliant idea of redirecting passengers to our tourist sites, right from the airport where you're going to Benin, you can actually see yourself in Argungu because of the packaging.
Yes.
Let's go to Ekiti and look at the Ikogose Springs.
Ekiti, the land of honor and integrity, rich in cultural heritage and timeless tradition, is blessed with numerous wonders of nature interpersed with dense and untapped forests and lands. At the heart of this serene and culturally vibrant land flows one of Nigeria's most extraordinary natural wonders, the Ikogosi Warm Spring.
As virulent as leprosy could be, we who are indigenous, we believe in the therapeutic power of the spring, that they all have healing properties. There was an outbreak of cholera and guinea worm in the early 70s. I remember vividly cholera ravaged neighboring towns, but there was not a single case of cholera in Ikogosi because we drink out of this spring.
Ikogosi, where nature defies logic, is a place where warm and cold springs meet in harmonious mystery. This unusual phenomenon is a combination of 4 different water sources culminating in the cold and warm spring.
We have 3 confluences that we call meeting points, and we have the meeting point of warm and warm, that is the warmer spring and the warm spring. We have the meeting point of the cold and the colder, and we have the meeting point of the warm and cold. And you'll be surprised that you can only see the meeting point of warm and cold.
A symbol of unity in diversity, Ikogosi has become a choice destination for tourists and lovers of nature.
I would say world class in terms of the facilities that enable you to think as a business leader and also to come up with ideas that will progress the business.
We believe that it is an environment that is suitable for our purpose, and that's why we have chosen Ikogosi Resource Center.
From research, scientists believe the warm spring is heated by geothermal activity beneath the earth. They also believe the cold spring probably originates from rainwater. But how do you explain the flowing side by side of the cold and warm spring distinctly? But long before scientific explanations, people of Ikogosi told a different story.
Ogongon was a hunter, like we were told. He came to hunt in this hub in that very hot afternoon one day, more than 200 years ago. And he heard the rush and gush of water. He was probably thirsty and needed to drink water. So when he tried to drink, every flowing springs were supposed to be cooling and very satisfying when you are thirsty. So as he was trying to drink water, he touched the water and discovered it was unusually warm. He was shocked.
The Ekiti state government, towards building a strong tourism destination, has demonstrated commitment by allowing private investment to develop and manage the tourism potentials of Ikogosi. Today, the Ikogosi Warm Spring Resort, under the management of Gloshent Hospitality, has transformed the once remote and dreaded natural site into a choice destination featuring a modern resort with chalets, conference centers, swimming pools, spa, amphitheater, basketball, hiking field, a bar, and many more.
The government policy on development of tourism in Ekiti State is to make Ekiti the preferred destination for everyone. It's a testimony to the fact that the governor of Ekiti State has been able to take tourism from an external perception to a community-driven perception.
Beyond its beauty, Ikogosi represents the importance of environmental preservation.
We all know that the warm spring is the one and only in the world and very unique. UNESCO has come to visit and saying how it is going to help boost tourism here in Nigeria. We've also had the utmost pleasure and grace of having the minister also Hanatutu come over for visit. And we know how important it is. We have decided to, over 3 years now, nurture it, make sure that it remains clean, make sure it remains natural.
Ikogosi Warm Spring in Ekiti State stands as one of the nature's rarest and most captivating wonders of nature. It is a living testament to the wonder hidden within nature. The spring continues to captivate visitors and tourists. And if you are looking for a choice destination to host your conferences, relax, or have a retreat, Ikogosi Warm Spring and Resort is a sure bet.
All right. Are you there? I want you to be mine, baby. I want you to be mine. I want you by my side. Be my girl. I want you to be mine, angel, to guide me what I do. I want you by my side. Be my girl. I shall give you that fuel for love. Cause Johnny and she really does it. What is it to my honey girl? It looks as if the old man's not there at all. When I call, oh, she'll be mine. Oh, you are mine. Oh, every time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good morning, everybody. Koa the Koa. And the Kema. The Kema. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Weekend deal, yeah, we come again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I want you to be my sugar. To make me feel quiet. I want you by my side. Be my girl. What is it? You my honey girl. It looks as if the old man is not there at all. She gave me that fuel for love. Now I know she really loved me. Hold on. Oh, my honey girl. I go take her to NTA weekend deal. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Fudge for short. The musical virtuoso Yes, that's right. If you don't add that one, he will say it's not complete. Always great to have your renditions and your performance here to guide us through this very interesting journey. Director General, sir, Nigeria is rich culturally in every way. I was just talking about our cuisines. Is the fad now all over the world? You see from Switzerland. Over there, Nigerians who are able to make our meals, they are smiling in different currencies.
You're right.
Talking about your storytelling now, you know, I was telling Chief earlier that our airport, let's use them more. We now saw one cap in Ekiti. So we have so many instruments we can marry, you know, with some dance and song to tell innovative stories, but it's also very integral to position those stories in avenues where they can meet and match, and those who would desire to come in will see that. What are your ideas?
You're right. One of the things that gives good, vibes to people is when you come to a country for the first time, when you get to the airport, whatever vibe you get there is what will take you, places that will determine how far you want to go in that particular country. When I got into office, within 3 weeks of my assumption of office, I unveiled the Niger Flavor, campaign. And that Niger Flavor is what I'm actually going to use to drive the transformation in the tourism sector, which we're planning to have a national stakeholders engagement the end of March and the 1st of April. So what is Niger Flavor? Niger Flavor is Niger vibe. It's the Nigerian vibe. The Nigerian vibe in our music, the Nigerian vibe in our food, our cuisine, as you've mentioned. Then you can't exhaust it. You see how the Western world, when they come into Nigeria, how they eat our amala, how they eat our inyo, how they eat our, our pounded yam, how they eat our jollof rice, So this is the vibe that we carry. This is the flavor of Nigeria. When we say flavor, it's not food alone. Flavor in our dresses,
our swag,
flavor in our food, flavor in our music. Our music has gone global.
Even our language.
Our language, flavor. So this is what we carry, and this is what I think by the time we push it out, it's going to, draw a lot of attention. NCDA, we got talking with FAN. And what we're doing is we are reviving our presence at the airport. The conversation is ongoing. We want to give people experience at the airport. When you get to the airport, you get captivated. You see things that will want to push you, that want to move you to go to the interiors, to go to the states, to see what we carry as a people. Away from that, we're using technology. There's something we're working on that's going to be the toast of Africa, the toast of the world. And it's using technology to drive it. We're also working with NITSDA. I've met with the NITSDA DG. And what we're doing is we want to create virtual reality of all our tourist destinations. I've also been to Olumorok. The PPP thing that we talked about is what has transformed Olumorok. I saw the documentary that was done on Ikogosi. Yes, I was there with the minister before I got my appointment. That was one of the stories I did. And I say Ikogosi has really transformed. In fact, that documentary did not expose the beauty of
what you saw with the actual
because what I saw there is something that is cool. And tourism again is community based. So part of what we're doing is we're going to have collaborations with traditional rulers in Nigeria, which I said we've signed an MOU with the Ooni of Ife. So I got talking with one of the monarchs in Ogun State, in Yewa, precisely in Iboro. That's where my mom is from. And he told me that what they have in Ikogosi, they also have something similar like that in Iboro, and nobody has discovered it. So part of what we want to do is also see how we can discover new tourist destinations. And by the time you discover a new tourist destination, the interest is not that much. All you need to do is also give it to the community, develop that place, and then create that tourism ambience around it for you to develop the place and bring traffic to that place. So there's a whole lot we're doing in terms of partnership, interagency partnership, private sector partnership to give experience to people when they come into Nigeria, so that we can feel this vibe.
And as soon as the flavor promos and jingles are ready, you must touch base with the NTA.
Definitely,
we have a myriad of programs that will celebrate
You can't beat the rich.
Yes,
You can't beat the rich. And it is on that note that we go on the break. But the conversation is still steaming hot, so don't go away. Don't. Favorite weekend show we can do. When we tell you to reach out and you reach out, we do not take it for granted. So I'm going to be taking some of your messages. Someone said, you didn't tell us your name. Your message is so beautiful, but there's no name. He says, good morning to you all. Thank you so much for lifting me up again. You really don't know what you have done. And she said, tears. Or he said, tears. This is so emotional. Like I always say, we are here only because you're there, and we appreciate your messages all the time. Whatever it is you're going through, trust me, you will come out on the other side brighter. And then, Ikogosi located. You watched the documentary, didn't you? We talked so much about it. And a weekend deal. Hello, weekend deal. I love your program. Keep it up. I love you all. I love you all so much. Thank you. We love you too. Tell us your name and where you're reaching us from. Weekend deal. Every weekend you get better and better. Honestly, you guys are the best. And you're the best too for always watching. Thank you so much. All right, we have another guest join us. She's an amazing, she's somebody who is passionate also about the hospitality industry. She is the co-founder, Believe Hospitality.
Hello, Blessing. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Great to have you with us on Weekend Deal.
It's amazing.
And what a fine day to visit. You are in very good company.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes. You know, we got you introduced before your profile played, so you know in whose company you sit.
I'm sitting right now. It's amazing.
So you're well situated. Talking
Thank
about
you
hospitality is a key factor, you know, to even celebrating our gems, our sites, our monuments. But when we talk about, you know, hospitality in its entirety, you know, how well will you say Nigeria has situated herself?
Okay, so
You've been doing this for how many years?
Pardon, please?
How many years have you been
10 years
a
now.
strategy?
Yes, please.
Fine number, decade.
So I basically concentrate on restaurants, cafes, hotels, and restaurants, people that are starting up. And I also do staff some recruitment. So basically see how we can bring people with zero knowledge. So first of all, I'm not just a consultant, I'm a trainer. I love to see young ones grow. I've been mentoring people as well. I've been able to raise managers, supervisors, and my field is a field that does not discriminate. The thing is that the moment you enter hospitality, it just changes your mentality about humanity. Because if you don't speak the language of humanity, you shouldn't be in hospitality. It's actually a language of care. So if we embody ourselves in a field where we care about people regardless of who they are, the language doesn't necessarily need to know who this person is, your status. Hospitality doesn't care about your status. Hospitality just care about what you have to offer and how detailedly you do this. So I have been able to work with startup restaurants, grooming staffs, and so for me, it's a great thing to actually see people serve you and make you enjoy your money. It's one thing that we don't have here in Nigeria. It's rare, and that's where my vision comes in from. We want to see how we can empower young ones, empower people to see that hospitality is not a job, it's a career. It's a word on its own.
Can even be a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. You get it? It's a lifestyle, and you need to just enjoy doing it. People wake up every day to go to their job, so it's also a great thing if you are in the hospitality industry and you're waking up and you're looking at the mirror and you're like, okay, I'm going out today. I'm going to get what I'm going for today, and boom, you're just there. So if you don't believe in it, it actually cannot work.
Okay, now we're talking about hospitality, and you said the restaurants.
Yes.
I love food. So when you say restaurant, I'm interested.
Yes.
And like Thomas said here, our cuisine
Yes.
is something that the world is now looking at and saying,
Exactly,
there's something
yes.
happening there. Do you think the Nigerian restaurants are well positioned for our tourists that are coming? Do you think we have what it takes to host our tourists?
Yes, I think we actually have what it takes to host this, but it's the knowledge.
Okay.
I feel 50% of persons don't actually have that knowledge that say, oh, you know what, you can actually host these tourist people that are coming. But because of the little way they've dropped the mentality, they make it look like it's not needed. We don't need to be too extra. We don't need to do too much. I beg, Nigerians, I beg, let's just do what we have to do. But for me, I believe that even if it's an amala joint,
let's go all out.
Even if it is something you're hawking, you know, just give hospitality. You don't know where they're coming from. They are going back to say something positive about your country. And if you don't give them the right thing to talk about, at the end of the day, you're selling us out.
Like when the Asho Speed came here, that streamer that came
yes,
here,
I went
on
the street,
so
going
we
to try the
should always
street
be
foods.
ready for things like that.
Yes.
You never knew.
And so I think that's where my brand comes in.
Okay.
Because we see there are some places you go to, ma'am, you don't get that standard. And you'll be like, I've been here, I don't think I want to bring any tourists here. Because either they are lacking standard, either the staffs are not well trained, either they are not well organized. But so that's where my brand comes in.
Okay.
We now come in to build them, to give them this knowledge. We don't actually care because now people are looking for a job. You hear, if you don't have 10 years experience, we cannot employ you. We are looking for people with 5 years experience. No, my brand, no matter how zero experience you are, we just give you a standard operating procedures and we train you on it. And then you can now host these tourists and give them same service as how they do it in their own world.
Wow, very interesting.
Yes.
You know, we talked about thriving outside our comfort zone yesterday, and now we have a meeting of minds. We have been strategizing. There's money in tourism. There's money in hospitality.
Yes.
There's money in food.
Yes.
So is the marriage now
Yes.
and the positioning that will take us to the next level.
Yes, you're correct.
So what are your thoughts on the next level, and align it with the event you have coming up soon?
Okay, so the next level, I like that. Actually, the vision is to see every day hospitality person, we don't celebrate festive period. We're always working. If you're in the restaurant line, you don't do Christmas. If you're in the restaurant line, you don't have days. In fact, the festive period is when you're supposed to be at work.
Yeah.
These staffs are dedicated, they're 8 hours of working, 365 days. And then the next vision for us is, it will take us one day to give these guys, these staffs, one day to actually go out there and meet other people. And so the event we're having that is coming up is called the Hospitality Games Festival. It's one of the fast rising inter-festival games. This games is going to be happening with different restaurants. This is the 3rd edition. We've actually had the 1st, the 2nd edition, and this edition was seen to have 10 restaurants. Restaurants that you might have visited here in Abuja. We have Gusto, we have Carnival, we have the Honeysuckle. We have so many restaurants that are allowing their staff to be like, you know what, you've worked for me for so long. I think this is the best time to give it to you guys. Go and just bring the cup home.
Are you going to do food or anything?
Yeah, so there's going to be...
Would the food be cheaper or when I come?
No,
I don't understand.
So
if I come there,
so it's a
am I spending that money?
No,
Plenty?
you are not spending. You're actually coming to watch Olympic in hospitality.
Oh.
So it gives a room for mixologists to show their crafts. It gives a room for the waiters to show their service standard. It gives room for the chefs to show their crafts, their artistic platings. It gives the bartenders or the waiters or the runners to show the craft in how they hold the trays, how they do. It's a festival of sports. So there are so many sports happening at the same time. So it's a competition. You are restaurant A, I'm restaurant B, you're restaurant C, and then we're just doing all your man said go first to finish mixing the drink.
The festival of edible sports.
When is it? Date and time again, please. I beg, make it clear.
It's happening tomorrow, which is 2nd of March. Wow. It's going to be from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. We're doing it this way so that staffs can also go back to work.
Venue is
and
where?
So it's at Area 11, Mona Lisa Sports Center.
Okay.
The big,
it's not far from us here.
No, it's
well
very
noted,
close.
Thelma. Thelma, well noted.
Nice.
No,
It's very
isn't.
close to us.
Yes.
Thank you.
So the football game is happening. We have trophies for the football winners. We have trophies for the service. And of course, cash prize for them as well. Just to tell them thank you for contributing in the line of hospitality, making customers feel good, and owners.
You know, thank you so much, Blessing.
Thank you
know,
so
you
much,
really
ma'am.
are a strategist. But what gives me most joy right now is that your next edition, we're going to see a melting pot of much more than the edible takeaways.
Yes.
We want to see storytelling involved. We want to see
That's where the DG
tourism.
comes in.
We want to see tourism.
Okay.
So marry it neatly and make it uncommon and unprecedented.
I promise
but we
to do
celebrate
that.
you
Thank you
for
so
your
much,
focus,
Thank
tenacity,
you
and
so
your
much.
dedication.
So definitely
Well
next
done.
year is going to be better, and I'm buying that idea.
We gave you free. This content, you can't buy it in the market.
Free consultation. Wait.
Well done,
so much. I
Blessing.
appreciate
Thanks for
it.
coming on Weekend
Thank you
Jill.
so much as
well,
well.
Godwin's been waiting. He says, I'm ready. Godwin is also a sports strategist. Godwin, what's happening with Sports Summit today? Please share.
God rest his amazing soul.
Chief Victor Uwaifo was a Nigerian music legend, sculptor, and writer who made significant contributions to the country's music scene. Born on March 1st, 1941 in Benin City, Edo State, he was a pioneer of high-life music and won the first gold disc in Africa with his hit song Joromi in 1965.
Wow, you know, amazingly, in Benin City, Sir Victor Waifo's house is near my house over there in the Kenwan area. And we used to stroll there when we were younger to watch him perform for elites many, many years back. May his gentle soul rest in peace. Our vibrant, amazing show has come to an end. But before our guests give us our final word, Patience said there's something amazing over there.
Okay, somebody says, his name is Michael. He said, there are programs and there are programs. There are stations and there are stations. But the one that is positively different, what I've watched everywhere, there's no one like Weekend Deal. Keep improving. I thought I should read that out with all pride. My shoulders are high right now.
No name?
It's a Michael.
Yes,
it's a
Michael.
Michael.
That's
When
Michael.
watching you guys, I love everything you spoke about today. From Odia Emmanuel Paul.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Good morning, Weekend Deal. I really love your show. Thanks for giving us a wonderful topic. Bello Rahman from Kogi State.
Nice.
And there are so many, no time, but there are so many amazing messages that's making my shoulder go like this. Okay, your party words, DG. I was even going to say, where's the place of dancing in tourism? You're a dancer. So, party shots, talk about that quickly, wrap it up.
Okay, like I said that we unveiled the Niger flavor
Okay.
thing. So dance is a major part of tourism.
Yeah.
Can we ever explore the dances of, Nigerians? We can't, go from the north to the south to the east to the west. Our dances are vibrant. And just to let you know again that I'm a member of Dance Guild of Nigeria. So I'm a member as a professional dancer.
Uncle Hussein, your member is here.
So really, I think we need to work together to make Nigeria what we want it to be.
Nice.
It's not going to be in the hands of the government alone.
Yeah, that's true.
We are the ones to market our country. We are the ones to bring that vibe to this nation. We are the ones to say Nigeria is great and let us make it great again.
Indeed, our great
Thank
country,
you.
Nigeria.
Chief Ogusanwo.
Chief, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. In Nigeria, we have so many cultures, value system, attractions, hidden gems, as you've explained there today. Therefore, what need to do is to now promote the marketability of all those hidden gems. We need to promote it online, among ourselves, internationally and nationally. So we cannot bring this to the awareness, knowledge of people. We need to extend our communication, even to those working at offices, for example. We need to see what. During your holiday, you can go to some places. So communication is the key.
I agree. And I will say that charity begins at home.
Yes.
If we Nigerians don't visit this site ourselves,
Yes.
we spend millions of naira
Going
traveling
abroad.
outside of Nigeria. But meanwhile, how many families have taken themselves to cattle ranch? We need to do that.
Inbound tourism.
Yes.
Wow, amazing.
Inbound tourism.
Communication should be strategic and consistent.
People need to be aware of all these places and treasures there.
And there's one place I think all of you should be aware of, and that is Barrow Port.
I need to go to Nigeria.
Yes.
Okay, while you tell that story behind the scenes, King Fudge is ready to roll. Take it away, King Fudge.
King Fudge.
You want us to dance?
Why not?
Please show your skill.
Going there to dance.
Please show your skill.
Yeah, let's go. We're going to meet
Happy
join
birthday
him.
one more time out to the legend himself. Let me so rest in peace. Hey, Iguana Bell. Jomi, Joro. Hey, Iguana Bell. Joro, Jomi, Joro. Upaba Koneo. Upaba Koneo. Joro mi, Joro mi, Joro mi, Joro mi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joro mi, Joro mi, Joro mi. The other day. Joro mi, Joro mi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joro mi, Joro mi. Yes, sir. Joramio, Jomi. Joramio, Jomi. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Joramio, Jomi. There you go, never. We can deal. There you go, never. If I back on, if I back on.